Okay, now in letter D, we need to find the next two terms of the following sequences. So we will be solving for the missing two terms here, all right? And how do we do that? We need to find a pattern using a ratio or the ratio, okay? So let's see, let's check. So let's use one way to find the ratio. Let's use the second number as the numerator and the first number as the denominator. So this becomes 2 over 1. This one is 2 over 1, sorry, 4 over 1, 4 over 2. And this one is 8 over 4, right? And the ratios are not equal at this moment, but let's simplify. So this becomes 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2, 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2, and all the ratios are equal. So which means that this ratio of the common ratio here is 2, which means that for us to get the next term, okay, the next term, we need to multiply the previous term by 2. So the common ratio is the multiplier of the previous number or term to get the next term. Okay, so just like here, 1 times 2 is equal to 2, 2 times 2 is equal to 4, and 4 times 2 is equal to 8, right? So 1 times 2 is equal to 2, 2 times 2 is equal to 4, and 4 times 2 is equal to 8. Now, how do we solve for the next number here? Of course, we need to do the same thing. We need to multiply the number 8 by 2. So this becomes 16. And for us to get the next number or the next term, we need to multiply 16 by the common ratio, which is 2. So this becomes 2 times 16, that's 32. So the two terms are 16 and 32. These are the two numbers missing. Okay? And let's move on to letter B. In letter B, let's find out the common ratio first for us to check if there is a pattern on how to get the next term after the next term. Okay, so here, let's find the ratio. We're going to use the second term as the numerator since we're going from left to right, and the denominator is the first term. So this becomes 6 over 2, 18 over 6, and 54 over 18. And as we can see, the ratios are different. So let's simplify. 6 over 2 is equal to 3. 18 divided by 6 is equal to 3. And 54 divided by 18 is equal to 3. So we have common ratio of equal to 3. Thus, 3 uh, will be used to get the next term by multiplying it from the previous term. So let's check. 2 times 3, oh, that's equal to 6. 6 times 3, that's equal to 18. And 18 times 3, that's equal to 54. All right? So for us to get the next term here, then we need to multiply this by 3. Since multiplying the previous term by 3 to get the next term is actually true for the given terms in the sequence. So 54 times 3 is equal to, what's this? That's 12 in 162, right? 3 times 4, 12. So let's check. So 54 times 3, 12, carry 1. 3 times 5, 15 plus 1, that's 16. So 162. And for us to get the next term here, we need to multiply this by 3. And when we multiply it by 3, it becomes 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry 1, that's 4. And let's check. 162 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Therefore, our next terms are 162 and 486. So these are the missing terms in a given sequence. Okay? And I hope everybody followed, okay, properly. Okay, now let's move on to the next. Here we go. So let's find the next terms here. Okay, so let's use the common ratio. All right, so again, from left to right, we have 32 over 64. We have 16 over 32. We have 8 over 16. So let's simplify. This is 1/2, and 8 over 16 is 1/2. So there is a common ratio of 1/2, which means that for us to get the next term, we multiply the previous term by 1/2. So here, we multiply this by 1/2, or we just divide it by 1/2. Oh, sorry, divide it by 2, right? 64 divided by 2 is 32. 32 divided by 2 is 16, or 32 times 1/2 is 16. And 16 times 1/2, oops, okay, sorry, there we go. All right, so 16 times 1/2 is equal to 8, and 8 times 1/2 is equal to 4, and 4 times 1/2 is equal to 2, right? Or we just need to divide the number by 2 to get the next term. Let's check. 64 divided by 2, 32. 32 divided by 2, 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. Or we could check the reverse way from right to left. Since we multiply it by 1/2, now we multiply it by 2. Okay, for us to check that we did the correct thing. So 2 times 2 is 4, correct? 4 times 2 is 8, correct? 8 times 2 is 16, correct? 16 times 2 is 32, correct? 32 times 2 is 64, correct? Okay, so that's from right to left. And again, we take the reverse, okay? When we want to recheck if our work is correct or not by multiplying it by 2 or reversing the combination. All right? Okay, now let's move on to letter D. Let's check. Okay, so here let's get the common ratio. Oh, sorry, so let me. Okay. So let's get the common ratio. 18 over 54. This one is 9 over 18. This one is 3 over 9. Again, let's simplify. This is 1/3, 1/2, and 1/3. So here in letter D, there's no common ratio. However, there could be a pattern. The first one is 1/3, the second one is 1/2, and the next one is 1/3. So this could be 1/3, 1/2, 1/3, and the next one is 1/2, right? That could be a pattern. And the next one is 1/3. So that's alternating 1/3, 1/2, 1/2, 1/3, 1/3, 1/2, and 1/2, 1/3. So here, the ratio here is 1/2, and the ratio here is 1/3. So which means that we need to multiply 3 by 1/2, right? Or we need to divide 3 by 2. So this becomes 3/2, okay? And to get the next term, we need to multiply 3/2 by 1/3. So 3/2 times 1/3 is equal to, we can cancel this out. So 1 times 1 is 1, and this is 2 times 1 is 2. So therefore, this is 1/2. Okay? So this is now uh, our sequence. Again, to check, we can do the reverse. Multiply it by 3 and multiply it by 2 alternately. All right? So these are the two terms missing, 3/2 and 1/2. Okay? Now let's move on to the next topic here. Now let's check and find the next two terms. So let us use the blue color. Okay, so let's try. Here, this becomes, oh, let me check first. Oh, you already finished.